Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Finlay Field, high atop in the press box here at Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. Tonight we're getting ready to bring you a little Roseburg High School boys lacrosse as we get ready for this matchup. The Indians are welcoming in the South Eugene Axe. I believe we're getting ready for the national anthem here. I'm Joey Kieran. Joining me tonight is Tom Deaver, and we're going to have this broadcast coming up for you here in just a moment. But we'll pause as they honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Well, we are just about ready to get this one underway here between Roseburg and South Eugene. Joining me here tonight is Tom Deaver. Tom, thanks so much for being in the booth here this evening. Looking forward to hearing your insight from your years of coaching the sport and being around it. And looking forward to having a good one here tonight as Roseburg welcomes in South Eugene. Right now, Roseburg at 5-7 in on their season, 1-3 in conference play, looking to get something rolling as we're getting close to the month of May as we start wrapping up the regular season. On the other side, South Eugene at 6-4 on the season, 3-1 in Southwest Conference play. You've gotten a chance to see a lot of the Roseburg boys, and what are we maybe expecting here tonight for the Indians?
Well, I think the key for Roseburg tonight is to get out there and get some shots early, get into their offense, get their offensive sets settled down a little bit. South Eugene comes in ranked number 16th in the strength of schedule on the OSA rankings. Roseburg comes in at 33. So they got a little bit of a challenge ahead of them, but I think that if they come out, settle down, win face-offs, fight hard for the ground balls, get some shots in, I think they'll give them a good game.
First meeting between these two teams, let's see here, this year. The last time they met was a 12-4 win for South Eugene back on April 9th, and that one, Andy McCurdy, 16 saves in goal for the Tribe. Roseburg had 5 takeaways in that one. Roseburg coming off of a win in their last 2 games. Their last one, a 14-9 victory over Forest Grove back on Tuesday this week. In that one, their second most goals on the season. Jacob Michael, 4 goals in that one. Oscar Stribling had 3, so did James Allen, and a number of other players getting in on that one. Tom, were you here for that game? I'm kind of assuming you were. 14 goals. It seemed like they were finding that offense early and often.
Yeah, actually, they started out, it was a tied game at halftime, 6-6, and then what you see there is they came out in the second half, moved the ball, controlled the tempo, and controlled the ball, and were able to get up on them pretty good in the second half. That game prior to that was a away game at Marist, and they won that 6-5. They're up 4-2, I believe, in that game. At the end of the first quarter, they got down to the fourth quarter, tied 5-5. And their face-off guy, number 23, Cruz Dirksen, won the face-off, took it, and did a make it, take it all the way down, scored the game-winning goal.
Oh, wow.
Just off the face-off. So, yeah, pretty exciting. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Let's hope that they can keep it up tonight.
As for the South Eugene Axe, they're coming off of an 11-10 loss on Tuesday against Sheldon. That ended a 6-game winning streak for the Axe. In goal for South Eugene, wearing the purple here tonight, is the sophomore Tyler Krebs. On the other side, it's a sophomore for Roseburg in Andy McCurdy. We'll see how things play out for the two goalkeepers, and we'll obviously address all the guys out there in action for both sides here throughout this one. Facing off for South Eugene, Lucas Smith, and I believe that is Dirksen out there ready to start things off for Roseburg on the face-off. They had a net they were tending to there for momentarily as the horn has sounded. We got 12 minutes on the board, and we're about ready to get this one started. It's Roseburg and South Eugene squaring off here tonight in some boys lacrosse. And early a takeaway there for South Eugene.
Yeah, I think you would want the Roseburg team to set up in a little bit more of a triangle there. I've noticed that they've run that play somewhat effectively in the past, but you get a good defense, they're going to get those their 6-foot poles in the middle there and knock them down.
Out with the ball, Sawyer Thomas for South Eugene, gives it away as they work it back to the left side of the formation. Running through their offensive set here for the Axe. Back to the right side for Lou Morris. Just out there circling around the perimeter looking for guys to cut through the middle and get open. Loose ball taken away by the Roseburg defense.
That's a nice pickup by Bradfield there. Hopefully we can get this clear going.
Now Roseburg going into the sun here in this first period. You think does that make much of a difference?
It will for the goalie, right? White ball looking into the sun can be a little bit of a challenge.
Onto the near sideline, lob down the field.
Yeah, you had that, what we call a Gilman there. He was running up against a 20-second clock to get it across the 50.
Open man inside, and the first goal of the game is going to go to South Eugene as putting it in the back of the net. Billy Blackhorn, who was a second-team all-conference attack last year, he put South Eugene on top here early, and it just felt like they got Roseburg's defense out of position and had the man wide open in front of the goal.
Yeah, when you get a fast break like that, the Roseburg defense is going to set up in a triangle, but quick passes, that second pass was going to get him there.
So South Eugene takes the 1-0 lead, 10:39 to go here in the first.
Good job by Dirksen there, winning those faceoffs. I tell you, you can win a lot of games by controlling the faceoff X for sure.
Roseburg had a nice attack, but couldn't get the clean look as Michael ends up back behind net. Circling back out to the top to reset things here. Dom Williams, pass left side. It's Oscar Stribling, a first-team all-conference player last year. Back behind net, Jacob Michael coming off of that big 4-goal game in the last one for the Indians. What do you think they're trying to get going here with the offense? They're just looking for cutters, or?
Yeah, I think so. What you're trying to do is get the defense out of position by moving the ball around. I think they're working on their possession, control the tempo a little bit here. I think you'll find that they're going to go from Michael to Oscar there on the wing, on the far wing there. If they can draw and dump, that's what you're looking to do, right? Sometimes you're looking for matchups too, Joe. You've got a good, strong dodger with a hard shot against a short stick there. Now you've drawn, now you got to dump it, move the ball, and you've got your defense rotating.
Always about matchups.
Yeah, I think it's true of any sport, is it not?
Very much so. Roseburg trailing 1-0 here in the first period. Back behind net in the X, loose ball. And coming away with it is Stribling. Boy, they are hounding him.
Yeah, good job on the ground ball, just couldn't quite control it. Went off of Oscar and out of bounds, so South Eugene's going to have a chance to clear it here.
Axe with the lead, now with the possession. They've been a team averaging over 13 goals a game. They got the early start here in the opening couple of minutes. Out to the top Thomas makes a cut in the middle, lost it.
Good check.
Picked up, though, by South Eugene, that underhand shot.
There we go. So closest to the inline when the ball goes out. Goalie McCurdy beat him to the inline, or closest to it, and so Roseburg's going to get the ball back here.
That was Billy Blackhorn with another shot on goal there, second of the game for the Axe. So Roseburg there moving it up the field. So you have a certain amount of time to get it out of the backfield as the defense?
Yeah, so as a defense, when you're clearing the ball, you have 20 seconds to cross the 50-yard line, and then you get another 10 seconds to get it past the 30, which would be the restraining box.
Okay.
Numbers and the restraining line.
This is why I gladly said yes when I was offered to have Tom in the booth, because I probably read that at one point. Did I remember it anymore? No, I did not. Yeah. Roseburg with the possession.
And you can have any player carry the ball over the 50, whether they're a defender or a offensive player. You just had to have 6 and 3, so similar to other sports like hockey.
Mm-hmm. Roseburg on the attack again, trying to get the equalizer here, and the defender lost his stick in.
Good job by
by Michael
Bradfield. Oh,
yeah, here comes Dylan, the senior. He got a shot with the long stick there on the attack. Now, Dylan had a goal in the last game for Roseburg, but is having the long stick an advantage or a disadvantage when you're trying to shoot on goal?
Well, I think that if you're in a transition and you're coming down so you get to about the 25-20, you can put some pretty good whip on that with a 6-foot stick. You get in close like he was, a little bit harder, right? A little bit harder to control.
Takes a little longer to get that stick moving through the motion.
Got to wind it up.
Shot on goal again there for South Eugene, and this time Sawyer Thomas with the goal. And that'll put South Eugene up 2-0 here early. 6:21 to play.
South Eugene's doing a really good job in their transition offense. They're moving that ball. You get a little bit of a tic-tac-toe kind of scenario where you move the ball around in an L fashion and you get that defense out of position. Roseburg's going to probably have to do a little bit of adjusting to slow that down.
Back to the face-off here. Lou Morris against Dirksen. It'll be Dirksen that comes away with it.
That is a really strong face-off. He's won 3.
Ball out of bounds on the near side. Looks like Roseburg will have the possession.
They're going to have a man-up opportunity. 13 for South Eugene. Roman Gleason committed a slash on our offensive player, so he's going to sit for 1 minute. It is a releasable penalty, so if Roseburg can score, he can come back in the game.
Roseburg will have it on the near sideline. And Ronan Gleason, as mentioned, over in the penalty box. Roseburg a man up, looking to take advantage and break the shutout. Looking for the cutter. Michael in the middle. Couldn't get a clean look. Stribling with the dodge. Ooh. He got hit right as he looked to try and make that one. It looked like he had a pretty clean go of it, but his stick hit as he was trying to release.
Yeah, very effective back check on that. Looks like South Eugene's going to throw it right out of bounds on the clear, so Roseburg's going to get it right back to still have some time left to see if they can't do something with this man-up opportunity.
Right underneath us here in the press box at Finlay Field. Joey Kieran, Tom Deaver here with you. Calling some Roseburg boys lacrosse. Still a man up for the Indians. Loose ball. Couldn't keep it in bounds. Turnover by Roseburg. So you mentioned the closest to the ball when it goes across the end line. Now that's just the end line that counts?
Actually, it's on any line.
Any line. So anywhere out of bounds, the closest to the ball as it goes out?
On a shot.
On a shot.
On a
gotcha.
shot. Yeah, on a shot. So
that's where my confusion was last time. I kept thinking, boy, that person wasn't closest.
So if it's a tip or a throwaway, like we just saw there, unfortunately, it's going to be a turnover going to the other team.
South Eugene with the possession.
Back to even strength now. Penalty's been released.
Attacking from the right side. Marston Schur out to Thomas at the top. South Eugene with the lead. Patient attack here. Lucas Clemens.
It's a pretty quick attackman there, and it looks like they try to run their offense from the X position, which would be the position behind the goal. Brought it back to the top.
Thomas to the right side. We'll give it up back to Schur. Blackhorn. Bounce shot as he falls down. Gets another one in. Second of the game for Blackhorn. And it is quickly a 3-0 lead for South Eugene here in the first period. 4:06 still left to go as we open up this game.
What you'd like to see on that is that second defender, if he's going to slide up to the shooter there, and in that close, you'd want him to slide up there, go right to the body him up a little bit more, and take that shot away from him.
4 shots on goal for South Eugene, as Roseburg will win another faceoff, but turn it back over. 4 shots on goal, 2 shots for Roseburg. Blackhorn into the corner. At the top, Corbin Fulsanity. To the right side, with it is Morris. South Eugene, they've been on the offensive attack much of this first half.
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on your defense when you're playing so much. You'd like to see the ball down on the offensive side settled.
And right around the defender will go Corbin Fulsanity. And he will get the 4th goal here in the first period. He just raced around the defender and got a just one-on-one with the goalie, Andy McCurdy. And that's just got to be tough when you got a guy just a couple feet away from you outside the crease. A lot of options when you've got a clean look at goal like that.
Yeah, a lot of times those shooters gonna fake low, go high, or change the level of their head so that it changes the goalie's eye level.
4-0.
Got Dom facing off there.
Roseburg shot off the mark by Stribling.
What Roseburg's done very well tonight is they've controlled the face-off acts. They just need to get down and get in their settled offense a little bit.
Yeah, they haven't been able to, after winning the face-off, they haven't been able to keep it on that side of the field much.
Right.
And then they quickly are back on the other side, retreating to try and stay in front of this speedy South Eugene team.
That's going to be a legal procedure. Once your stick hits the ground, you are not allowed to pick it back up and play until the ball clears.
Oh.
So looks like we're going to have another man-up situation.
Yeah, penalty flag does come out.
So they allow them to play on until the ball is dead, and then they'll enforce the penalty there.
And so now they will enforce that penalty. Roseburg had the possession, and so the penalty goes against South Eugene because otherwise they would have stopped it earlier.
Correct. Yeah, it's like a live ball foul in football, or you play on until the dead ball, and then
till the team that committed the penalty,
yes,
and it might get the advantage.
That is correct.
So Roseburg goes a man up as going to the penalty box. That was Blackhorn, excuse me.
Going old school, it used to be that if you stepped outside the box, outside the numbers, if you stepped in the numbers and then stepped out on the penalty, then it was dead automatically. So they've modernized the rules quite a bit on that, and it's helped with the flow of the game a little bit. So
South Eugene looking to try and kill the penalty. They will get the takeaway. Although they fall down.
Good job on the ride by Roseburg there. Really good job of putting pressure on them to keep it in the offensive end. Loose ball, and they're saying that South Eugene stepped over, so they had too many men on the offensive side, so Roseburg will get the ball back here. They're also going to give him a free clear from the 50. So
Roseburg will bring it up, still playing a man up. Michael in the middle lost the handle on it. And the takeaway by South Eugene. They'll run it out the other direction. And it looks like we're back to even now. 4-0 score. South Eugene in front. First period about to run out. Under a minute to go. South Eugene has had the advantage here early on. Left side with it is Morris. They are using up time here. Shot. It's Fulcinetti for his second of the game. Back-to-back goals for Colbin Fulcinetti, the senior. And he makes it 5-0.
Yeah, they're running a topside weave on that, and they're doing a really good job. And once they move it back and forth several times, they're getting in that angle cut down there in a one-on-one situation, and using their defender as a screen a little bit too, to screen the goalie and putting it right in. So something that Roseburg may have to adjust on. You might see them go to a zone defense even to combat that a little bit possibly.
27.8 seconds to play here in the first period. Been all South Eugene here early on. And the Axe will win the faceoff, looking to try and see if they can tack on one more before this period comes to an end. Racing around the defender. Pass in the middle, shot, and there is another goal. This time it is Lucas Clemens who will get his first goal of the night, and it comes with 8.9 seconds on the clock. And that will make it 6-0 South Eugene. Well, not the start we were hoping for Roseburg here tonight. South Eugene has come out team determined here this evening.
They are. They lost a tough game last week, or earlier in the week against Sheldon. Top team in the conference. I think they're coming out to try to make a statement here.
They'll have it. It's the first half, or first quarter running out. They get one at the horn into the back of the net. That was Thomas for his second here in the first quarter, as time expires to make it 7-0 South Eugene in front. At the end of one, it has been all Axe here from Finlay Field. A tough way to start this one out. A big lead early on for South Eugene. Tom Deaver joining me here. I'm Joey Kieran. Anything that stands out necessarily from that first 12 minutes of tonight's ball game?
Well, let's talk about some positives first. They're winning. They're dominating on the X. They're dominating at the faceoff, right? And I think that if they can dominate there, transition the ball to offense, set their offense up, get some good shots, they can get back in this game. As the lacrosse is a very fast sport, and goals come very quickly if you set it up. Defensively, I think they're going to have to make some adjustments. I mean, it's obvious that they're running a topside weave, and as they break down that defense, they're getting 15-yard open shots, and they're probably going to have to make some adjustments on how they're controlling that. Let's see what they do in the second quarter. Hopefully they can come out and score some goals, and momentum is a big factor in lacrosse.
Oh, for sure. And you mentioned things can change quickly. I mean, I always tell myself when you got a team that's looking for a comeback, look, South Eugene just put up 7 goals in one period.
Yeah.
There's no saying that that couldn't be done for Roseburg in a period, or at least get half of that to try and get back into it. Right now it's about trying to find some of that momentum, see one go through the net,
yes,
and just maybe get the ball rolling just a little bit for the Tribe here.
Absolutely. I think a lot of times success breeds success, Joey.
They've been doing a nice job, as mentioned, at the Face-Off X, and we'll see if they can kind of capitalize on that. It will be Dirksen out there again, facing off against Lucas Smith as we get ready to begin the second quarter. 12 minutes on the board. All right, now 8 shots on goal compared to just 2 shots for Roseburg. South Eugene winning in that statistical category. Roseburg will get a takeaway. Bradfield, the senior, angles right side, will take it in across the 50.
What you'd like to see them is to make a little bit quicker decision on that outlet pass there. Get it out in open space, move the ball a little bit quicker. Good job on the ride.
Loose ball. Both teams trying to get that loose ball, get the ground ball, and it will be South Eugene that'll get the possession here on the near sideline. Toss all the way across the field. Ball coming to the near side and a whistle. So the turnover there by South Eugene, they give it back to Roseburg.
I'm not sure why. You may have had somebody in the crease. Defense or the offensive players are not allowed to step into the circle around the goal. Might have been what was going on there. So that one you got a loose ball push on Roseburg fighting for the ball.
Ooh! Penalty does come out, and Roseburg will scoop it up, and South Eugene's going to go man up there.
Yeah, I think what you're going to, you can check in lacrosse. What you have to be careful about is anything neck up, right? If it sounded like there might have been some potential helmet contact there, we're going to see what they call. It's going to be an unnecessary roughness. The question is it going to be a releasable or an unreleasable penalty? And they have the option of enforcing it as a 1 minute or a 2 minute penalty as well.
It was Dylan Bradfield that's going to go to the penalty box.
So they're giving him a 1 minute penalty. I believe that's what I saw there.
That's kind of what it looked like to me as well.
Yeah, I mean, lacrosse is a contact sport, but they've done it much like a lot of other contact sports like football, hockey. They're trying to not take it out of the game, but try to make it a little bit safer for the players. Obviously, concussions are a focus of that.
Minimizing the head contact and the physicality above the neck.
Absolutely, and it is the right the right options there to.
Shot by Blackhorn goes wide of the net, but will stay with South Eugene. Axe leading 7-0 here in the second quarter. We've only gotten 1 shot on goal so far this period. They've dominated the category so far. Pass right side, back Behind net, run in, shot, bounces by. Off the mark there by Marston Schur. South Eugene, though, able to keep it as it goes across the end line. There's a nice shot. Going down low. Submarines it in. Lucas Clemens on the goal for South Eugene to make it 8-0.
Yeah, just a really good hard low-to-low shot, and unfortunately our goalie McCurdy didn't see that one going in. A little bit screened by the defender, I'm sure, and I think that your percentage of goals on a man-up, if you're over 55-60%, you're doing very, very well. You see a lot of the top teams even a little bit higher depending upon who they're playing. So
Roseburg will be back to even as Bradfield gets out of the penalty box. Roseburg and South Eugene, boys lacrosse for you here tonight on 541radio.com. I want to thank our streaming sponsor, the Cow Creek Tribe, helping us power things here on the 541radio.com video stream and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. Another stoppage of play there. South Eugene will have the possession. To the near side for the Axe. South Eugene coming in at 3-1 in conference play. Made it into the first round of the Championship Cup last year. That championship playoff bracket ended up losing to, I believe it was Newburgh. Yeah, Newburgh, which made it on to the semifinals. Maybe it was the quarterfinals for Newburgh last year. I'm trying to remember what I looked at the bracket earlier today.
Yeah, I'll tell you, class of the state right this year is Jesuit. What a powerhouse of a team they have up there in Portland.
Roseburg with some offense going, get a shot, but goes wide right that time for Stribling.
That time you had the goalie from South Eugene beating our player to the inline, or to the closest to the ball there, so South Eugene's going to get the ball back here.
And they got a roar out of the sideline for the effort to make sure that the Axe kept the possession.
Good job by Oscar on the ride there.
Chance here for Roseburg, trying to get something. Oh.
Great pass. Great look. That's what you want to see. Ball movement's going to get them back in this game.
It'll be Williams out at the top, setting things up here. Tried to fire it in the middle, got knocked away and scooped up by the goalie, Tyler Krebs. And Blackhorn is a dangerous scorer. South Eugene, 7.5 to go here before halftime, leading 8-0. Oh, nice job there on the defensive pressure for Roseburg.
Yeah,
Brody Birch there.
Worked hard for that ground ball, fought for it, it got pushed in the back on a loose ball, and they're going to get the ball back here.
Birch will be the one to scoop it up and take it. Up the far sideline. Bringing the ball out. Ezekiel Lander will attack right side. That is going to be South Eugene possession there. Lost it back behind the net, did Roseburg, and turn it back over to South Eugene. Blackhorn back behind. And South Eugene will get it as it goes out of bounds across the end line. Shot goes by on the attempt there by Lucas Clemens. I like how McCurdy in the goal, knowing that there's really not anybody behind him, just reaches the stick over the top of the net to make sure that he's the closest on that one. Six minutes to play here in the first half. Ball out to midfield. Lander trying to get it to the 50. Will fire it up the field.
Good job on the clear there.
Bradfield gets it to Jacob. Michael, shot on goal, just a little past that top right corner.
Yeah, Michael's got a really good hard shot. He puts it on the cage, he probably scores there. Don't think the goalie can see it.
Roseburg gets the ball back. Trying to get something on the board here in the first half. Get some sort of positive momentum going for the team. Lander will attack. Ezekiel left hand shot just a bit high. It'll stay with Roseburg. Now they're finally getting a couple of looks here, but they just have been a little off the mark with those shots.
Yeah, their offense is spread out a little bit more. You need time and room to maneuver, to dodge. Certainly doing a better job this quarter of controlling the ball on the offensive side.
Find the cutter, hit as he released, off the mark, and a race to be there. It will be Roseburg. That shot's going to go by, and Roseburg really getting a couple of looks here.
Yeah, I think, too, that if they, they've been taking some shots outside. If they would pull it, fake the shot, pull it, dodge, they could probably get, 10 yards closer to the goal as well. See if they can do that a little bit here.
Dribbling back out to the top four, Williams. Goes around a screen right side. His shot knocked away. Fight for the ground ball. Knocked up in the air, and South Eugene. No, Roseburg will get it back on that far sideline.
So he was the last one to touch. It's kind of like a tip out there.
Back behind in the X, Michael working for Roseburg. Initiating the offense. Shot, off the left post.
That was close. I thought it was in.
It really looked like it was going in. I thought it was too. I think it rolled. It looked like it kind of rolled up that left post.
Yeah. I think we've got a timeout, South Eugene.
Breaking the action here. Roseburg with a lengthy possession in South Eugene territory. Unfortunately, have not been able to capitalize with any points on the board. They trail 8-0 here with 3:53 to go in the first half. Again, want to say thank you to our video stream sponsor, the Cow Creek Tribe, helping make our video streams possible online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. You can head to 1490 The Score on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the school year. We will be back with some baseball action coming up, and the postseason right around the corner. We'll see what kind of games and schedules pop up for that, and might be able to add in some extra stuff here going into the postseason. Looking forward to that. But nice little run there for Roseburg, building a little bit of confidence. Just be nice to see one go in the net.
Yeah, they just need to see one going. I tell you, that last sequence of offensive set that they just had there, control it for about 3 minutes, which is a very good thing. Does two things. One, they're moving the ball, they're getting shots. It gives your defense a chance to kind of just regroup and reset a little bit as well.
Well, there's a flurry of goals there inside the final 3 minutes for South Eugene at the end of the first quarter. They scored one with 9.5 to go here in the second, and Roseburg since then they've put about 7 shots on goal. I think they were at 2 there for a very long time, and they've now got 9 shots on goal, and they've evened up that total a little bit, but unfortunately they haven't evened up the score any. with none of those finding the back of the net at the moment.
Well, I think as a coaching staff, you take some positives out of that, right? I know there's, you want to go into halftime with some momentum. You would like to see some goals in, but at least the differential in the goals is not as great as it was in the first quarter, 7-0 versus 1-0. So hopefully we can put one in, get some momentum going here.
Out of the timeout, loose ball, scooped up by South Eugene. And the Axe will go on the attack. And there is a shot in transition on the other side. It's Blackhorn once again. And just like that, on the other side, they find a little bit of a crease. And boy, can they move quickly.
Yeah, those transition fast breaks, they've done a really good job. That if you look, Joey, you got that outlet pass to the long pole. You get the ball to an attackman. The defender's got to make a choice. Bradfield had to make a choice. He's got to take the ball, and then you're going to have your far attackman open on that crease down there.
9-0 here. First half, South Eugene in front of Roseburg. Pass up the left side. Loose ball.
It's going to be a turnover.
So Roseburg will get it back. McCurdy. Going to run it out.
He's done a really good job on clears this year, McCurdy has. Really controlling that sequence.
Ball knocked away by the South Eugene defender. Trying to save it in. Pushed it up the field. But a penalty flag is out.
You've got offsides on South Eugene. They're going to get a 30-second technical foul, I believe.
That clear, you talk about McCurdy there, and another sport that I played a little bit as a kid, but my expertise on it is not the same as it might be on some other sports. But soccer, it's very important for a goalie to be very accurate when you're trying to clear or a defender to try and clear the ball up the field, because you don't want to just get it out of your end of the field. You also want to try and get it to one of your teammates up there to try and initiate the offense. Is there goes a goal for Roseburg. That's Williams, Dom Williams on the goal, and Roseburg's on the board.
A very good low shot there, and great movement on the ball. You catch the ball, you pass the ball, move the ball. Ball moves quicker than people, right?
Yeah.
So very effective when it works like that. Good job.
So Roseburg gets on the board for the first time. They trail it 9-1, 2:23 to go. Looking to try and build some momentum. And a nice win by Dirksen on the faceoff might help out with that. See if they can add some quick goals here at the end of the first half. Now a whistle. Timeout taken down on the field. So Roseburg getting in on the action there with about 2 minutes left to go in this one. They are on the board, trailing 9-1 here. And Dom on that shot there, it just seemed like quick movement. As you were saying, the ball moves faster than a human. And they got it to him with at least a crease and was able to fire one in.
Yeah, he hit the far post from the goalie's right wing and did a really good job of putting it down there. And I think what you're finding is that a couple things. They're controlling the face-off, and when they control it and they get it into a settled offense, they do have the skills and the players to control the ball and get some shots. They've got some really good shots in this quarter for sure. So momentum, I think, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, and that's always such a big thing, and for any team, especially teams that maybe are going through a development period where, they've got maybe some young guys that aren't as experienced or whatever the case may be. It's the consistency. It's the opportunity to, you may have the talent, but can you put all those pieces together for 4 quarters of a game, for 12 minutes of a period, and Roseburg's looked better here in this second quarter But when you dig yourself an 8-0 or 7-0 hole in the first quarter, that puts the pressure on you to try and have to come back. And so it is that consistency factor that always comes into play that every team, not just Roseburg, but every team is constantly looking for, is to try and find a way to be able to be at your best in every moment of every game. So
Yeah, for sure. I think at South Eugene, if you look at the way they're playing, their offense is definitely the strength of their team. Their defense is good. I haven't seen this first time I've seen their defense is good. Their offense is very good, and I think that if they can, Roseburg can keep the ball down on the offensive set, they definitely have an opportunity to decrease the gap in the score here.
It will be Stribling with it out at the top to try and initiate the offense out of the timeout here. Fires one in. He does exactly that. Stribling with the goal over the shoulder. The hook shot bounces by the goalie, and it was...
I think it was Dom that scored.
Was it Dom?
It was Dom,
the 8 and the 9 always get me.
They look the same. They look very close. Yeah.
Second one for Dom.
Yeah. Yeah, I think our offense matches up really well with their defense, and I think we can possess the ball and move it around. I think we have a chance to get back into this.
Well, they've gotten 2 quick ones here in this tail end of the first half, and that's always a fair warning to any team that if you start to let up thinking you've got a healthy lead, things can change quickly. Back within 7, obviously still a ways to go, but Roseburg making a run at it here, trying to make things interesting for our second half coming up. Whistles will stop the action, and another timeout.
Yep. As you can see in this last 3 possessions, winning the face-off, getting the ball, it's so critical. I've seen, watch a little bit of college lacrosse, love the sport and enjoy watching it, and I've seen teams down 3 or 4 goals with less than 2 minutes left come back and win the game. You can score quick in lacrosse. So what Coach Deaver did there was he got the ball, he saw that his offensive player was, about to get double and triple teamed, called timeout, settle him down, and got a minute and 30 to control it, put another one in, and all of a sudden you've got a much closer game at 9-3.
Yeah, you look at it back at the end of the first quarter. I said inside the 3 minutes, but inside the final 30 seconds, 3 goals for South Eugene. So it can turn in a hurry.
Absolutely.
I'm Joey Kieran. Along with me tonight here is Tom Deaver as we are bringing you Roseburg Boys Lacrosse here on this Friday night. Hope everybody's having a good one. Kind of a little bit of an off weekend for a lot of Roseburg. Roseburg girls lacrosse is up at South Eugene tonight. They've had a really good season going this year. Great to see for that program as, the sport is growing here at Roseburg, but looking to continue to have success. And good to see the girls are having some success this year to continue to build what they've got going on. I think track and field is headed down to Grants Pass tomorrow, but baseball and softball are off for the weekend, and I guess prom is coming up is what I've been told. So looking to try and get a shot around the corner and in another one.
That was Stribling there.
That one is Stribling. And that'll make it. You talked about it. Try to get another one on the board, and it's a whole new game here. It's down by 6, but a run going here for the Tribe. And maybe getting the axe on their heels just a little bit with 1:19 left to go in the first half. And that's the timeout worked out perfect. Roseburg was able to keep the possession. As you mentioned, there was maybe that threat of the defense collapsing after winning the faceoff. And then out of the timeout, they run the offensive set they wanted and got the goal for Stribling.
Yeah, it was very good timeout, a good offensive set, and we got an opportunity here.
And Dirksen will win another one. Can Roseburg add another one and really get back into this game here before halftime? They'll make some changes here, bring in some new guys. It'll be Williams with it, left side. James Allen running things from the left, circles back out to the right, tries to get a shot off. Got hit as he did so, out of bounds, back behind goal. Be Roseburg possession. Down to 20 seconds to play here in the first half. Dribbling, dodging, in the front. Oh, can't get it in the net. He had a good look, but just didn't get any zip behind that one.
Yeah.
It just seemed like that ball hung there in front of the net forever. The horn will sound for halftime, but there was whistles, I think, stopping play before we get to halftime here. They're going to put, I think, a couple of seconds left on the game clock.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the sequence was. It looks like obviously the ball was sitting there in the crease and they got it back, and maybe may have been a timeout. I'm not sure why they stopped play there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they will put 2 seconds on the clock, and they're going to huck it down the field. It'll be down to Andy McCurdy on the other side to wrap up this first half. So we go into the halftime break. It is 9-3. My apologies for those that are watching. Update the scoreboard there. Just getting excited about what was going on. Forgot to put the goals up there for Roseburg. 9-3 is our score as we go to the halftime break. And that's what we needed to see out of the team. They show a little bit of life, show a little bit of momentum, and they've got something that they can continue to build off of going into this halftime conversation, and hopefully to take that into the third quarter.
Absolutely. I think that you outscored them 3-2 in that quarter. You had some really good looks. The ball just didn't go in the back of the net. I think the momentum there is there if they can capitalize on it, come out strong in the third quarter. It starts at the face-off. Ground balls are key. It's interesting when I coached. I had the privilege of coaching for several years here, and one of the statistics that we kept track of consistently and very rigidly was ground balls, because ground balls, it's such a people don't realize how important ground balls are in controlling the ball, loose balls, things like that. So they've got to win ground balls. They've got to be we used to run some really intense, if you think about football, you've got the meet the man in the middle drills, right? And we used to run some of those from a ground ball perspective as well, because you've got to have a little intestinal fortitude to want to get in there, especially when you're on the offensive end and you've got your defenders with the long sticks, the 6-foot poles out there. They can create a little bit of a panic from their checking in there. But, yeah, win the ground balls, win the face-off. You're going to control the offense, and they can get right back in this game for sure.
Roseburg outscores South Eugene 3-2 in the second quarter, but the Axe build a 7-0 lead in the first and are able to hold that advantage here going into the halftime break. They are up by 6. Right now, shots on goal actually favoring Roseburg, 14-13. Both goalies with a save according to the scoreboard here. Tom Deaver joining me, Joey Keyran here from Roseburg High School with you. We'll have the second half here coming up in just a little bit. Tonight's broadcast is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, our video stream sponsor here on 541radio.com. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here. So thoughts about kind of maybe the conversation at halftime here on what Roseburg might be looking to try and, I guess, take away, adjustments they may be making for the second half here coming up?
I think that they're gonna continue to stress ball possession, controlling the ball down in the offensive end. As I said, I think that their offense matches up fairly well with the South Eugene defense, and if they can continue to win the faceoffs and control the ball down there, Joe, I think that's probably what they're going to stress. Defensively, I think they're going to talk about their spacing. Lacrosse is a game of movement, and when you move the ball around and you can get your defense out of, if you get the defense rotating, which is what you want, you're going to move, and if you can dodge, draw, you want to draw and dump. So they're going to work on that. They're going to talk about that movement, how they combat the movement of the South Eugene offense.
Temperature's cooling as the sun starts to set here in the Umpqua Basin, but thankfully after the way things looked a little earlier today, I thought we might be in for a bit of a wet one here tonight, but thankfully things have stayed dry, and so it's been a nice night for a little bit of boys lacrosse for us here at Roseburg High School this evening. Coming up next for both of these teams, just taking a quick look ahead, the South Eugene Axe will be at home against Ridgeview tomorrow morning. They've got a 10 a.m. start for that one, so a quick turnaround. Roseburg will be off until Tuesday next week when they go on the road to take on Thurston. Roseburg, we saw them take on Thurston in our last game that we did here on the broadcast, and looked really good in the first period in that one, and then Thurston really took control, so we'll see what kind of adjustments Roseburg might be able to make going into that matchup coming up on Tuesday at 6:30 in Springfield. Last time these two teams met was back on April 9th. It was South Eugene winning 12-4 in that one. So we've got a little bit of a tighter game here at halftime in this one. We'll see how things continue going forward. Taking a look real quick at some first half numbers here. Let's see, for South Eugene with a couple of goals in the first half, both of them in the first quarter. 3 goals in the first half. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, was Billy Blackhorn. Let's see here. Also with multiple goals, 2 of them for Lucas Clemens, 2 goals for Sawyer Thomas, and 2 goals in that first half for Corbin Fulsonity for the South Eugene Axe. On the other side for Roseburg, 2 goals in the first half for Dom Williams, the junior, and a goal in there for Oscar Stribling, the senior, for the Roseburg boys. A couple of minutes to go here before the second half gets underway as we get ready to go here and see if Roseburg has the second half comeback for us. I know you've got connections with the team, so you've kind of got a feel for it. How do you feel like, I was talking with one of the assistants, Matt Watson, a little earlier today, and he was just saying, we're trying to build the positive momentum around the program, get it some recognition, try to continue to build things with it. And, how do you feel like the team seems to be doing from what you've been able to experience around the program? Does it feel as if there is some positive momentum building around lacrosse here at Roseburg High?
Oh, I think so, absolutely. I think that they went into 2020 COVID year, right? And that really set the program back. And what you're finding is, if you look out there right now, I know they may not be able to see it at halftime, but you've got a lot of the youth lacrosse program out there. They're shagging balls, shooting on the goals. These players here, you've got, obviously your senior class, most likely your senior class. You've only got 4 seniors, I believe, on the team, maybe 5. What you find is that they lost a lot of players because of COVID, right? And so it's taken them through the process, time to build it back up. It starts with that youth program. A lot of these kids coming up now have a lot more experience playing the game. When I coached, first started coaching, we didn't have the youth program. And so a lot of the kids that we got as freshmen, they didn't know, they wanted to play, but they didn't know how to throw, they didn't know how to catch. And it's like anything else. You get out there, we talk about wall ball. If you're a young kid and you want to get good at lacrosse, get a ball, go find a wall. Just make sure that it's not the high school wall, because then it gets dirty. We've washed a few walls here from time to time. But find a place, and it's just practice. We were fortunate when I coached. We had really good coaching staff. Coach Heverly was the head coach. We had a gentleman by the name of Warner Kruger, who actually played at Johns Hopkins, and was a very good player for Johns Hopkins back in his time. Brought some additional thought processes to the program. But he said, the way you get better is not shooting on a net. That's part of it, right? But getting up against the wall, being able to move the ball with your right and your left hand. I saw him do some pretty incredible things with the lacrosse ball, standing on the 50-yard line, throwing it behind his back into the goal, stuff like that. He said he used to make up games, just kind of, when he didn't have anybody to play with, he'd make up games. It's just getting the youth out there, and that's what Kyle and Coach Deaver and Coach Watson have been working on. They have a board that has helped them out tremendously in working with the Boys and Girls Club to get that youth program, continue the momentum there. So we're getting kids coming up now, and we've had it before. We've had the youth program for a little while. It kind of fell off during the COVID years, and it's building back up now again. you're seeing kids come up with better skill sets, and it's nice to see. And so as they continue to build the program, continue to work with the youth, continue to encourage them and engage them, I think you'll find that the program will get better.
And I think to your point about kids getting there with more, the sport's popularity, it has grown increasingly through the years.
Absolutely.
It's gotten a lot more visibility at the next levels with the ESPN covering college lacrosse, and I know that professional lacrosse leagues have gotten more attention there as well. So the sport itself is getting more popular, which leads to definitely more youth doing it more than just, it's the one thing they maybe do during the spring while they do other sports during the rest of the year, that they're out there with their lacrosse sticks year-round, working on drills and practicing and tossing it around. So it's great to see the program is, succeeding and continuing here, because it is a club sport, so it faces some of those uphill challenges of not being a mainstream sport with the OSAA, but it continues to have its successes here and continues to have its numbers, and looking forward to seeing where the future continues to go here at Roseburg High School. Yeah. And it's nice to see that in Southern Oregon that there's a number of other teams in the area that, a lot out of Eugene with the Sheldons and South Eugenes and Thurstons, and but there's teams for the Roseburg clubs to be playing against. So.
Absolutely, and I hear that potentially Medford is going to in the next year or two.
I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like they usually have something going on down there for pretty much everything as well.
Absolutely.
So. Actually, somewhat surprised that I was about to say Medford's, and then I realized I don't think I've seen them on the list of the standings. So.
They did have a team at one point in St. Mary's.
Okay,
but it didn't. I don't think they're participating anymore.
Well, we get back to action here, third quarter from Roseburg High School. The Indians trying to keep the momentum going after a strong finish to the first half, trailing 9-3. South Eugene will be moving right to left on your screen. Wearing the purple jerseys, Roseburg in the home white. They've got the position and a deke out on the goal, as that was Lucas Clemens on the goal to start things off here in the third quarter. He gets the goal here with 11:32, just less than 30 seconds into the third period. At 10-3. Well, South Eugene came out and kind of found their rhythm again, what they had in the first quarter. So,
quick ball movement on the transition there certainly put our defense at a disadvantage.
Winning the face-off is Roseburg. Ball got knocked out though. Roseburg will lose it. South Eugene will bring it the other direction. Looking to add to it. They are just so quick on the attack.
Yeah, they get the ball. If they find that they don't have a fast break, they get it back to the X behind the goal and set up their offense. Kind of.
Nice save there by McCurdy on the shot. Brendan Harris with that shot, and McCurdy got in front of it, but it's taken back by South Eugene. McCurdy, another stop. A couple of nice saves in goal there for Andy McCurdy.
Yeah, it looks like he's seen the ball a little bit better here in the second half.
Player knocked down and taken away by South Eugene. And a whistle against the Axe.
Yeah, on the defense, you're not allowed to he probably clamped his cross there on the side, and they got him for a hold, so we're going to get the ball back here. It's a good thing.
So Roseburg gets the possession back, trailing by 7 again at 10-3. Drawing it back out. This is Williams. Will get a little pitch. The ball will go out. It's going to be Roseburg, though. They'll get the possession. Lights starting to take effect here at Finlay Field as we hit dusk. Loose ball, ground ball, trying to save it back in, unable to do so.
Yeah, you heard Coach Steve over there telling Don to go get it. Those are the ones you just want to attack, right?
Yeah.
Whether you get it or not, just attack the ball and
make a play on it.
Make a play, yep.
Now Roseburg swarming, trying to get the possession back, and they will.
They're doing a really good job. We call that riding. The defense is going to ride the offense, try to get the ball back. They've done a good job tonight of slowing down their transition from defense to offense. See if they can do it again here.
South Eugene does get it back. The ground ball going to roll all the way down the field. Finally tracked down by South Eugene.
The advent of turf has made this game a lot faster. I'll tell you, playing on grass, I would have stopped at the 20.
I can imagine so.
Good luck.
Oh, good pass. Yeah, over the net to the cutter in front. And on the goal this time, that is Fulsonetti once again on the score. And that was a good look there. The assist from behind the goal. And Fulsonetti bounces one by McCurdy. 8:55 here in the third quarter. And they add another one to make it 11-3. Well, it feels as if they are at least making them work a little bit longer to get those goals. They haven't had the breakaway transition goals nearly as much here to start it out, but still the success for South Eugene has been there.
See, you get doubled like that, Joe. You gotta head up, move the ball. Your offensive players have got to make themselves available, present themselves to give them that outlet pass.
I was going to say, it feels like needing some sort of help to get away with the two defenders right all over.
Absolutely.
Shot got knocked away. Loose ball tipped around in front of the net. It's South Eugene that comes away with it. Pitch it back. Defender will sling it up the field. Loose ball, ground ball picked up. That's Bradfield. Spin move around a guy. Nice dodge there. Bradfield's going to bring it all the way up. Tried to enter it into the middle. Loose ball knocked away. South Eugene comes up with it.
Bradfield got it back.
Yeah, he does.
Checked it, and they picked it. That's the ground ball. That's the hustle that you want right there.
Pass in the middle, and an assist for Bradfield as he finds the cutter. Ezekiel Lander on the goal. Well, you like to see. So you consider Bradfield, I think the term is a long stick midi, kind of in that? Or
well, he's a close defender. So he's called a close defender, but he's obviously worked on his stick skills and was able to feed that right to the crease. He's one of the better ball handlers from a defensive perspective. Jet down here, number 5, is going to be your what we call an LSM, or your long stick midi. There, he's going to technically a midfielder with a 6-foot pole. Mm-hmm. He's going to transition that on the face-off from offense to defense, help settle the ball. If we can win this face-off and then come back on the defensive side.
Well, that was a great job, though, handling the ball there by Bradfield, finding the cutter, and Lander there with the finish in front of the net. Roseburg will get one in. His body's hitting the floor.
That was a good job by their wing of midi, coming all the way across the field, fighting hard for that ground ball, and he got a loose ball push, and they're going to get the ball back and have another opportunity here. Oscar's got the ball.
Takes it back to the X, back behind. Ball got knocked loose from Stribling, but he'll get it back. He cuts around, jump shot, it goes off the goalie and in. Off the leg and into the net for Oscar Stribling. And Roseburg, a couple of quick goals. That one only took 30 seconds.
Oscar plays old school lacrosse. he likes the contact. I know he's been banged up a little bit as well, but boy, he is a tough attackman. He played midfield last year and was a first-team all-conference player. Then moved into attack because of his skill set. Your better shooters typically do play the attack position, and trying to protect him a little bit too because he is so physical.
So Roseburg, a little bit of a run there, back-to-back goals. Make it a 6-point game once again. South Eugene will win this face-off.
That was a good pickup by Thomas there on that loose ball on the face-off.
Feeds it up the right side. They make the pass across to the weak side. And right there for the goal is Blackhorn again. And South Eugene will quickly answer on the other end. 6:48. And that is just, it feels like they get Roseburg on their heels and then they just make an easy pass across the field to the weak side and the defense can't rotate fast enough.
Yeah, it's you watch lacrosse enough, you know that coaches teach that on those transitions. You want that second pass is usually the one that's going to get you the open look.
Go on the face-off. Roseburg looking to win it here. Scooped up by South Eugene.
See, right there they made you can see the adjustment they made. They brought Bradfield up early on that transition to try to slow that down. It was a good move.
And running the other direction. Shot just goes by. And it will be South Eugene's possession. Launch up the field, out of the reach of Bradfield as he was trying to get back on defense. Here comes South Eugene. And another goal. That is Marston Schur on that one. They just caught Roseburg out of position. And a quick one there for South Eugene to make it 13-5, and they answer the two quick goals by Roseburg.
One of the dangers of having having Bradfield come over, and obviously he's a great ball handler, but one of the challenges is that if they get a quick transition, now your defense is weakened because of that. So. And
you could see him. He knew he was kind of late getting transition back, knew that he needed to get down the other side, tried to hustle that way, but
yeah.
I think we said earlier in the broadcast the ball is faster than a human.
That's right.
And it traveled down the field quickly, and here comes South Eugene again. They've been lightning quick here tonight. Thomas will have it in the middle of the field. Will give it up. They call out their play here in the set. Send it back out to the top. South Eugene using up some time here. Down to about 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. They've made up the two goals they gave up to Roseburg there. Here comes Thomas. We'll send it away right side. Just work it around back behind goal, out to Thomas to the top. Ground ball scooped up by Bradfield. He's trying to get away from the South Eugene pressure. And his outlet pass, he is frustrated as he gives up a goal there. Tried to clear it, and it goes right to South Eugene on the score. And it is Clemens once again. Had the clean one-on-one look with Andy McCurdy and just gets it by him. South Eugene a run here. Now on top 14-5 in this third quarter with 4:41 to go. So Roseburg made it 5-11. That is 3 unanswered goals there by South Eugene. Roseburg will get called for that penalty. Clemens with it again. Whew. Wasn't a defender around him. He just thought, okay, I'll just take the shot myself, and he just lasers one by Andy McCurdy.
Yeah, your defender there was he slacked off and was looking for him to go back behind the cage, and he stopped and just rifled that into the top corner there.
Not a lot of padding for goalies in high school boys lacrosse.
No, it's chest protector and a neck protector, and obviously I'm assuming that they have a athletic cup on. How am I supposed to say that on the radio, Joey?
I kind of had a feeling that's where you were going, but
but you see, most goalies will wear sweats to kind of help protect their legs a little bit. But yeah,
I'm surprised that they don't have more padding.
Yeah,
down on their legs, just because, I mean, whew.
Yeah, if you look at in the pros, they play indoor style, and in the indoor they do. And they look more like hockey goalies than they do lacrosse goalies for sure.
Nice job there by McCurdy to stop the shot by Blackhorn, and he'll get another save. But he clears it right in front, and that will be a goal. A score there for Brendan Harris. And South Eugene on a run. 3:25 still to go, and that is 5 unanswered goals for the X.
Yeah, you'd like to see McCurdy maybe take that out to a wing, let your defenders flare out, your close defenders flare out, get it to a wing. Those 10-yard passes right on the crease there, right in front of the goal, they're pretty tough. If you have an error, chances are that offense is going to get it back. So
timeout taken. I keep referencing other sports where I've had experiences, but it was floor hockey, intramural floor hockey in my time in college, and I didn't really know much about hockey. I was just doing it to have fun and goof around. But I had a buddy he's a big hockey fan, and I cleared one once right in front of the net, taken away, easy goal for the other team. And that, to me, is the concept there, is that, like you're saying, is that McCurdy tried to pass it away in front of the net just right there, and if South Eugene gets it, they've got a clear path right to the net for an opportunity to try and add a goal, which they do.
Right.
And it's more likely, it's better to try and clear it out to the sidelines to at least get it a little bit further away.
Yeah, you've got 20 seconds, which is a long time, and as we see the ball can transition very quickly. Let your defense settle, clear out. You obviously want to try to get to a short stick. They're typically going to be a little bit faster than your close defenders, but give them an opportunity to get up the field a little bit more. And if not, you're going to have some close defenders out on the wings. Move it out to the wing. It's much safer. If you drop it and it's a turnover, you can potentially recover from it right in front of the goal. It's really hard to recover from that situation.
Yeah, there's just no time for the defense to get back and help you.
Well, no, because
cover on anybody.
Yeah, because they've cleared out, right?
They've all been looking to try and move the ball down the field the other direction.
Exactly. He's learning. He's done a good job this year, though.
Yeah, he's a sophomore and has been kind of put into a new position that probably wasn't expecting to be in at the start of the year, and learning as he goes.
He has. He's done a really good job.
He has done a good job. Ball will go out of bounds on the far side after the face-off. It will be South Eugene possession. 16-5. 3:16 to go in the third quarter. Here in this league matchup and the Southwest Conference Division. Getting down to it. Month of May is just right around the corner, and the regular season's about to wrap up on us here soon, but still a number of games left to go for both these teams. Find the cutter in the middle. The hook shot knocked up and saved by McCurdy, and he'll make the pass away. Got it to a defender.
Yeah.
Taken back by South Eugene. Thomas will have it, running straight on. Shot, hits it. Goes top shelf, and Thomas will get another one for South Eugene here in the third quarter.
Yeah, in a situation like that, you'd like to see that top side defender slide over. If nothing else, make him think that you're coming, put a little bit of doubt in his mind of whether he can get that shot off. They let him walk in a little bit too close, and the defender from the crease was a little bit slow to slide up to take him. So a little bit of adjustment there for the defense.
Well, South Eugene has regained their composure from the first period and have been on fire here in the third to stretch this one out, leading comfortably against Roseburg with 1 quarter left to go.
Very nice check by Jet there.
Roseburg can't get the takeaway, though. Still putting the pressure on, riding him here. Bradfield putting on some good pressure. They can't find the ball.
Once you have possession on the offensive side, the ball can't come back to the defensive side. Otherwise, it's a turnover. And now we've got a
penalty flag down.
Penalty flag, yeah.
Call a delay a game on Lucas Clemens for that penalty. And it sounds like Roseburg will go a man up.
It's going to be a 30-second technical penalty. Probably didn't drop the ball quick enough. In lacrosse, once you have a turnover whistle, you're supposed to drop it and then let it alone. He probably either didn't drop it or put it into a position where it wasn't close to where they stopped the ball.
And I think we've got a...
the officials didn't report the penalty, so that horn that you hear is
the scorer's table over there trying to get clarification.
Yeah, exactly.
So a 30-second penalty.
We don't hear horns too much in lacrosse anymore, but I'll tell you, when I first started coaching, that's all you heard. That's how you made substitutions, was you had to get a horn.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
it wasn't the line change like you've got right now?
No, we've gone to a much more hockey style on the move line changes. Back then it was whole line changes, right? And we'd call a horn if the ball went out of bounds on the inline and sideline, and get a horn and get our different midfield line in.
Race to get to the position. Stayed in bounds. Still fighting for it. 25 seconds to go. Roseburg trying to avoid giving up another goal before the fourth quarter. Putting a lot of effort in. We're back even, and I believe a timeout taken. No? They're staying out on the field. It's Roseburg's possession. McCurdy will throw it out towards midfield as the third quarter comes to an end. At the end of 3 quarters, it is 17-5. South Eugene exploding for a big one there in the third. Let's see here. They put up 8 goals in that third quarter. And they have pulled out big in front of Roseburg by 12.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is the transition goals that South Eugene is scoring. They're doing a better job of moving the ball on the transition, getting that second and third pass in, and that's going to get the defense out of their rotation, give them a little bit easier look on the goal. If Roseburg can work on that a little bit, control the ball, and I still think that obviously it's a 12-goal deficit in the fourth quarter is tough, but yeah. I mean, I think they've got some things that they can work on and build up some momentum going into their next game. They're just starting the second round of their league play, and so they're going to see Sheldon, Thurston, and Marist again, and I think that they've got some things that they can work on to get better.
It's always, you don't want to throw in the towel on this one just yet, but we're working to try and find ways to carry something into next week when they go to Thurston on Tuesday and to play against the Colts at 6:30 there in Springfield. So definitely trying to find the things you can build off of here in this one. They will swap sides of the field. Roseburg will be defending the goal to our right, and South Eugene down to our left. And let's see, it would have been the second quarter when Roseburg outscored South Eugene 3-2. So this was the setup that led to a little bit more success for Roseburg. We'll see if that has any effect on anything here again in the fourth quarter as we get ready to go. Dirksen in there to face off. And so South Eugene there.
Illegal procedure.
Got started too.
Yeah, he jumped too quick on that face-off.
So Roseburg will win the face-off. Dirksen slicing through the defense. Shot. Got a penalty, 30-second penalty on
number 6 on South Eugene.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he was South Eugene. 6 would be Lucas Smith. Roseburg had a shot on goal there, but I believe stopped by the goalie Tyler Krebs, who's had just a couple of saves. 27 shots on goal for South Eugene, 18 for Roseburg. Indians will have the possession. It will be Williams. Lob it out across the far side. Send it across to Williams. Dahm with a couple of goals here tonight. Pass into the middle, knocked away. Roseburg keeps it. Blocking the back there, knocked down to the ground, lost it.
Yeah, you got a loose ball push on South Eugene, so Roseburg's going to get that ball back.
$10:18 to go here. This one 17-5. South Eugene in front. Dribbling, just trying to get away from the two defenders. Nice job with the dodge, worked around him. Gets in the middle, jump shot is good, and a penalty flag out. The goal's gonna go. Oscar's dribbling with his second, make that his third goal of the night.
So they're going to get a slash on South Eugene. The goal's good, and Roseburg's going to come right back on a man-up situation.
So beneficial there for the Indians.
Technical fouls get waved off on a goal, but a personal foul, they don't. They're going to enforce that still. So
South Eugene be a man down. Timeout hollered from the Roseburg bench. And so they will try to draw something up here with the advantage of South Eugene a man down.
Yeah, over the past 20 years, Joey, they've done some interesting things with lacrosse. It used to be that we ran true lines. So when I first started coaching, we'd have like 3 or 4 midi lines, and you would run them as groups. They've gone more to specialists. So what you see is you've got face-off guys.
Yeah.
We call them Fogos, right?
Yeah,
face-off.
I've read that term. Yeah.
Face-off, get off, and you've got defensive specialists, and you see this a lot at all different levels now. Some of the better lacrosse players that are highly drafted into the pros were just face-off guys because they understand that if you win the face-off, you control the game.
Yeah.
And so I would like to give a shout-out to Dirksen and Dahm. They both have done a really good job tonight of winning the face-off. They haven't won them all, but certainly they have won more than they haven't, and done a really good job of that in that position.
Yeah, I was reading about that, and you see, it's not 3 or 4 guys constantly changing in and out. It's one guy running in, one guy running off, and yeah, it's kind of a constant flow of activity of guys coming in and out of the game.
Yeah, you didn't used to be able to sub on the fly. That was the crazy thing. Some of the things have changed there.
South Eugene will win the face-off, and that's beneficial as they play a man down here. And they'll just try to hold and wear down the penalty clock. They'll pull it out with Thomas. Pass to the middle, loose ball, scooped up, lost again in front of the net. Hits the backside, rolls off. South Eugene, I think, there for a moment, at least from the bench, thought they had a goal. Loose ball, underhand shot, goes out the back of the end zone. And South Eugene, down a man, they've owned this offensive possession, and they're going on the penalty kill. And back to even. And a goal for South Eugene.
Yeah, they just got the ball moving around. Number 24, Blackhorn scored that one. They had the ball moving. The defense was a little bit out of sorts and lost track of the ball. One of the things you try to
as did I.
One of the things you try to do is you have a tendency as the ball moves around is to watch that ball, and so you get caught ball watching a little bit, and that movement is going to break down the defense and allow the offense an easy opportunity to score what you saw there.
18-6. Face-off coming. Won by Roseburg, but then taken by South Eugene. Couldn't keep it there. South Eugene will get it back as the ball goes out on the far side. It's Bradfield trying to get away from pressure. Clears it up the field. And ball knocked out. Roseburg gets it back. Up the field comes South Eugene, leading this one down to about 5 minutes to go. Tried to get a shot from out at the top with one of the long sticks.
Looks like I might have got it caught up in his cross a little bit there.
It'll be Roseburg with the possession. Out at midfield. Harassed out there. Dre Burwell. On the other side, shot on goal, good. Lucas Clemens with another one. (19-6) is South Eugene pulling away here.
You know, we were talking earlier about the growth of the sport, and certainly it was obviously was a Native American sport to begin with. Became they played it. They had started out with the Native Americans and became a very big sport on the East Coast back in Maryland and Massachusetts and different areas back there. But interesting enough, the Heisman of Lacrosse is called the Terrarton Award, and there was a gentleman, a player from Portland, who won that award about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've had some from Oregon. We've had some really good players, and you'll find that on any roster now you're going to have players from all over the United States.
Yeah. Well, the sport is, they say, one of the fastest growing out there.
Yeah.
And I would say that's can't be far off, I would think. Breakaway here for South Eugene. They will get another one on the board. It is Blackhorn once again. That'll take it to 20-6. And the Axe are definitely, they're making a statement here. After Roseburg went on a bit of a run a couple of different times, the Axe are definitely, like you said, trying to make up for that 11-10 loss against Sheldon on Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I don't know what the highlights were. I imagine it was pretty close. You lose a close game like that, it puts a little fire in your belly for sure.
And that ended a 6-game winning streak for South Eugene as well. So they have been very hot here as of late and been very good in Southwest Conference play. Penalty flag is out. South Eugene holding on to the possession. They still keep it. And now they'll blow it dead.
They're going to get a penalty on number 15. He held on that exchange on the face-off there.
So South Eugene will have the advantage for a minute here. Got a running clock, and we're almost down to 2 minutes left to go in this one. I think they're clarifying the penalty.
Hey, Joey, I just want to say that I know that Kyle really appreciates the coverage that the radio station has given the lacrosse program. Thanks for letting me be a part of it tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
No problem. Thanks for doing it. I imagine the listeners out there will appreciate all the insight, as I have, that you've been able to provide a little bit more education on the sport. And it's fun to get a chance to be around the team and get a chance to learn and see more about it. So happy to be out here doing this.
I would imagine that South Eugene, if they're probably going to try to just hold this ball, they won't call a stall warning on them.
And we are back to even out there.
A little surprised by that shot. I thought maybe they just try to hold it.
Just keep running down the clock. A nice save by McCurdy, though. And now Roseburg will see if they can get a goal late. Jacob Michael, bit of a quiet night for him. We haven't seen much of him here in the second half. Lost the handle on that one. It's taken away by South Eugene. And they are racing up the field. And McCurdy another stop. Down to 30 seconds to play.
I think both teams are trying to get a few of their players in that maybe don't get a lot of playing time right now.
Down to 15 seconds. Williams gives it away. Stribling lost his footing. A penalty flag is out. And with the running clock, I don't know if now we got more penalty flags out as the game clock is going to wind down. I think that's going to pretty much wrap things up here.
I think so.
Little chippiness out there. Frustrating night for Roseburg as the score got a little out of hand and the team's trying to battle all the way to the final horn, and they do so. And your final score is going to be 19-6 here as Roseburg falls to South Eugene. So for I think I said 19. I think it was 20. Yeah,
20.
I forgot to put one up there for those. Kept coming fast and furious there. 20-6 is your final score. South Eugene will get the win. They go to 4-1 in Southwest Conference play. They'll be 7-4 overall. And for Roseburg, they'll go to 5-8 on the season and 1-4 in Southwest Conference play. Tom, as you mentioned, it's been great to have you up here and great to get some insight, a little bit more in learning and education on the sport. Appreciate all of that here tonight. Just any final thoughts about this one here this evening for Roseburg? I know score wasn't what we wanted to see for sure, but we knew it was going to be a battle against a good South Eugene team.
Absolutely. I think the coaches will take the film and they will probably go ahead to film study and find the positive and make the corrections on the defensive side and come back and hopefully give Thurston a really good game on Tuesday. So
that'll be the next one for the Roseburg boys at Thurston on Tuesday at 6:30 for South Eugene. Their next one is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at home against Ridgeview, and that will be a non-league one there for the South Eugene Axe. Roseburg's next one will be a league game here coming up. Quick run through here quickly for Roseburg. South Eugene, 20 goals here tonight. A lot of guys got involved, so a lot of goals there. For Roseburg, you had 3 on the night for Dom Williams, for Stribling. Oscar Stribling with 3 goals, Dom with 2, and getting a goal in there, Ezekiel Lander tonight as well for Roseburg. Well, that's about going to wrap it up here, Tom. Thanks so much for joining me here tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Joey.
Absolutely. Final score again, South Eugene 20, Roseburg 6. We want to say thanks to our sponsor of the video stream coverage at 541radio.com. That is the Cow Creek Tribe. Thanks to them for helping us make this possible here in 2024. I'm Joey Keyran along with Tom Deaver. We're saying thanks for joining us here tonight on 541radio.com. Have a great rest of your Friday evening, everybody.